Hey guys, we got a first place deck profile with the 3v3. Here we have Mr. Fitz here. We all know Fitz as the dragon expert. And we have 10FD, Daniel, 10 foot.
Okay.
And then we have a guy that many people don't know, but it's X2 Sora. So we're gonna do 3 deck profiles. So we're gonna start with Fitz here on his adventure and how he won the Ghost Rare Black Rose. So let's check it out.
Yes, sir. All right, so we played zombies today.
Okay, not on the Fitz Dragons.
Not on the Fitz Dragons today. I've been digging zombies a lot lately. I think it's like very good into both Vayu and Frogs, which are pretty popular these days. Black Lanes can be a little trickier, but I feel very comfortable with the deck. I think it's very strong. That's why I chose to go with it for this event.
Very cool.
So yeah, we'll get into it and some choices I made.
Okay,
so,
cool. Let's go.
Any zombie deck, you know, standard 2 Goblin Zombie, and then the Goblin Zombie searchers, or the searches of Master, Mizuki, Reaper, and Plague Spreader. Yeah. Almost any zombie deck will have those guys. Exactly. Nothing too crazy there. I also play 3 Pyramid Turtle.
How did 3 work out for you?
I think you definitely need to be playing at least 3 recruiters. I actually play Mystic Tomato as a 4th recruiter.
Very cool.
I see a lot of lists in the past that have done 2 and 2. You know, I've also seen people like just cut down on Pyramid Turtle in general. I think it's like good. Like you can always stall on this card if it's awkward. It gets your engine going. I think Pyramid Turtle overall is better. The appeal of Mystic Tomato is that 1400 attack can sometimes come up if you want to like crash into an Armageddon Knight or something. It's also a dark for Allure and Dad, but otherwise like Pyramid Turtle being able to get Mizuki or Zombie Master as well as someone in defense to like stabilize, stay alive matters, so I think that's the better one. But overall, 4 recruiters to get your engine going. For the tuners, I play Gale, which is also a tomato target. But yeah, just cards like just super good. Outs Vanity's Fiend on its own, which is like really big.
Yeah.
Like you know, Thunder King, Quackimero, Drago, Vanity's Fiend. Like this guy kills it all on its own, as well as like letting you go into, you know, Axis 7s. Like made Black Rose with this and Goblin today, which is like a very strong play. Very good card.
Yeah.
And then for the other non-plague tuners, I played 2 Diva. I see a lot of hype around the Psychic package, E-Telly stuff right now. I think the ceiling that Deep Sea Diva gives you of those like Brionic plus Goyo OTK lines is just like, that's when zombies are kind of at their peak for me. And I get the appeal of like E-Telly can like help play through back row and whatnot, but I think the combo of this is better than like E-Telly plus like hard drawing the Psychics, which are like okay cards, but not the best. But I prefer Diva. I think.
I see.
I like the rest of my deck is like a little more low to the ground, like less susceptible to stuff, and I think that like kind of lets me play the Divas more comfortably.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of, I also play 1 Card Trooper, which is not super standard for zombies. I basically like hate just having like nothing to do when I have like only like tuners or something. Felt like I wanted another starter, but I didn't really want to go up to a 5th recruiter because like multiple recruiter hands can be like super slow and require your opponent playing into you. Card Trooper is something that you can summon. It's strong going 2nd, can beat over Stratos, can crash with Alias, or can like comfortably swing into Hamster or Raiko. The mills are like, they're not the best, but like sometimes you can randomly mill Mizuki, which is nice, or just like put a zombie in grave for Book of Life, or get your Dark Arm going, something like that. But I think it's just like a very strong card. You know, usually trades favorably. I was never mad to see it, you know.
Would you think this is going to be a staple for zombies going forward in Edison meta?
Not necessarily. I'm a big Card Trooper fan in general. Like, and like zombie being a combo deck, just cards that like do things on their own and like trade favorably without you like needing to have like a Book of Life plus a Caius, for instance. Like, you know, just having something that can like get you going. You know, go +1 into a Raiko or something.
Yeah.
Also gives you an extra draw to like potentially help you on brick or something. Like, I don't know. I like it. I don't think it's necessary, but I felt it's good in my testing. I've never been upset to draw it, so I kept it in for today.
Okay.
And then that's it for little guys. For big guys, I do play 3 Caius.
Okay. More than normal.
The Instant Fusion version of the deck, which I will get to, I do play a couple copies of Instant Fusion. Have been playing 3. I was playing 3 before I even. This is based off an old Diva zombie list I had, and then I like added Instant Fusion to it and liked it basically. But I was already playing 3 Caius. Caius is just like so much better into back row than your like synchro plays are, because like distributing a Goblin for Caius, unless they have exactly Solemn, you're getting a +1 like through a Bottomless or a Deep Prison or whatever they have, like, as well as like if it does walk, like, you know, Kai's just broken.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyone that plays Edison knows how strong the card
Absolutely.
is, and this deck can support 3, therefore I play 3. And then for the rest of the big darks, Trag, Gores, Dad.
Ooh.
Nothing too crazy there, standard.
Why Trag though? Trag is not normally played in zombies.
It's played in most lists.
Oh, okay.
I think it's. I do side it out a decent bit, just because it gets hit by deck dev as well as can get stuck in hand if you are seeing like stuff like Vanity's Fiend and Fossil Dyna. But I think game 1 it's pretty good. You know, when you have like awkward hands and you have Trag in it, like you can hold a lot of cards, summon a really big Trag that can cause problems for your opponent.
Yeah.
Discarding a Mizuki to steal a monster is like super strong, which can come up.
Very smart. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like not a necessity, but I like it enough to keep it in. I do kind of waver on it sometimes, but I think it's good. And then for spells, I play 2 instant and 2 Book of Life for special summon spells. I've seen lists do like 3 and 3, which I think is a smidge overkill. I really like 2 and 2 as a good number of extenders. This card is actually like very solid, I think. Helps the going second problem of zombies a lot, like having to just like in the past like summon or set a Pyramid Turtle into potential like Raiko Caius has been super awkward. This into Caius or this into Diva can like get you going right off the gate, as well as like give you extenders for like more aggressive pushes, which is really useful against decks where you want to be applying the fast clock like Frogs, Dragon Turbo, or even Lightsworn, where you're trying to like kill them before they get to the JD.
Yeah.
And then I guess like stuff like Blackwing and Value, where I'm expecting double oppression sideboard, I'm usually siding these out. But overall, I like it. Synergized with the Book of Life.
Okay, so you would side all those out against Blackwings and Value.
I'm usually on 0 instant fusion post board against Blackwings and Value. Yeah, I usually just like bring in extra traps to try to play a more low to the level game, because like you know there's just a lot of things that can go wrong. If you get deck devs and you lose all your tuners, your instant fusion all of a sudden isn't doing anything. If you only have unless you have like Caius.
Okay.
You know.
I see.
As well as it just like gets negated by oppression. Like I just feel like I'd rather play better like 1-for-1 trading cards and then leave like just the essential zombie core for those type of matchups.
Okay, cool.
And then for the rest of the spells, it's just like standard 1-ofs, Brain and Mind Control, Allure, MSD Heavy.
Yeah.
Trap lineup, I play Torrential, Mirror Force, Dust Shoot for the 1-ofs. I actually cut Solemn.
Oh, okay.
I think the life points matter a bit too much. So you're paying life points for the instant fusions. You also play Gores and Trag, which require you to take battle damage to summon. You also play Return, which costs life points. Like,
yeah.
I felt like, yeah, there was a game early on in testing where I had Solomon, where I flipped it early, then like later on drew into both a dead instant fusion and dead Gores, and I was like, maybe I need to cut this. I cut it, haven't missed it.
Okay, good.
You probably could if you play if you want, but I don't. 2 bottomless, pretty standard. I play 1 Compulse and 1 Deep Prison for like my flex traps, kind of. You could play 2 Compulse or 2 Deep Prison, personal preference. I like 1 and 1, keeps your opponent honest, have to respect more cards, both good in their own situations and matchups. I also play 2 Dust Tornado.
Wow, okay.
Because I think Blackwing is like probably my toughest matchup of the meta decks, and I want like extra answers to Whirlwind and Oppression in the main deck. Like I'd rather not have to wait till games 2 or 3 to have these in there. Even against stuff like Frogs or Lightsworn, you can end phase snipe like Regeki Break or something, or Beckoning Light. It's where they're like not completely useless. You can side them out in those matchups, but like overall, I think having extra back removal in there is good.
How many Blackwings decks did you play today?
I played 1.
Okay.
And I did win that match.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, it was a very close game, but we did pull it out. I think you can play like potentially trap stuns or something in that slot, but extra back row removal I think is needed to make sure you can force through your plays. Because when you're comboing, your monsters are stronger than your opponents. So just deal with the back row, then plus by exchanges with Brio and whatnot.
Okay.
And then I play Call and Return as the Wombo combo cards. Yeah, Call's like super nuts in that it's basically a Book of Life a lot of the time, bringing back Goblin Zombie, but it's also chainable. If they try to blind space it, you can get a plus by reviving Goblin Zombie or Card Trooper. As well as like if you synchro with a goblin, it floats. You can potentially bounce it back with Brio and then revive it synchro later on. Return just wins games on its own.
Very good. Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Check out your. What do you want to check out next?
I guess we'll go side deck.
Side deck. Yeah.
So for monsters, I side just 1 DD Crow. I'm on the fence about even including this one. It's like good, but it's one of those cards where when you draw it early, like it can trade 1-for-1 at key times and be like pretty good, but if you draw it late after your opponent has like done stuff, it's useless. I don't even really bring this against like frogs or value. It's
That's
like
surprising.
Just for like the zombie mirror or like toxic stuff like Norlaris or Dragon Turbo is like really kind of where I want this. Otherwise, I just like prefer real traps most of the time.
Okay. Mirror and Degeneracy. Got it.
Yeah. This is also a bit different. Shout out to 10FD for the rec. But this is like essentially specifically for value turbo, in that it's 1600s, it doesn't die to deck dev. Okay. It's an extra out to like stuff like Royal Oppression, as well as like turn 1, their like most common play is like set a Raikou, set a Deep Prison. You summon this guy into it, pop the Deep Prison, swings the Raikou, and you clear both going +1. So it's kind of like a good going second card. It's just like, even if they don't have back row, it's 1900. It's just, you know, has a lot of applications in that specific matchup where I like, you know, having cards that just do stuff on their own, trade efficiently, not lose
I'm surprised people are doing that, setting Raikou with Deep Prison, because mind control.
Yeah, I mean, that's also one of, but
yeah.
like...
What are you gonna do? Okay.
Yeah, but even if you're like outing Oppression or like hitting, you know, popping back row, you know, it swings over all their stuff, as well as like, you can bring it in potentially other matchups, like, it could be like another like Royal Decree out, for instance.
Yeah.
Matchups you're expecting that, because I do play a lot of traps.
Okay.
But yeah, I've tried it out and I've liked it.
Okay, cool.
I also play 2 Fossil Dyna. These used to be Vanities, and then I tried 1 and 1, and then eventually for today switched to 2 Patchy.
Yeah.
Basically, I found out like you can't have like too many tribute summons or payoff cards. So to put in Vanities, you have to take out some number of Caius, which I felt was incorrect.
Yeah.
Because you're not always going to be ahead. So like having the Caius for removal against stuff like frogs, so like banish a dupe frog or banish their own Caius, get in for damage, I felt was too important. So like I preferred the Patchy for that matchup. Just as like you can make a play and then summon Patchy alongside your board to apply instant pressure through Fader Gores, shut off a Treeborn, etc.
Yeah, I saw you play this guy.
Yeah, I also brought it in versus Amaryllis. That's another matchup that's really good. It can shut off their Amaryllis from reviving, as well as a way to like flip it and out like Titanial and tokens. So yeah, good card. I'm on 2 of them. And then for the traps, let's see. I play 3 Pulling the Rug, basically for frogs, but you also have the nice benefit of you can bring it in versus Diva Hero as well, or like Gadgets or Machina, anything that has a critical mass of trigger summons. Yeah, it's my favorite tool for attacking frogs, because you negate their Monarch and all of a sudden they tribute their Treeborns to their life point, or you can attack them directly for damage, which I think is kind of the best way to beat them. I like it.
Did people side that in for you, Pulling the Rug?
I have seen people side it for me, yeah. I have 5 things that it hits with the 2 Diva and the 3 Caius, so like it's kind of, it can be dead for them a lot. Like there are other plays my deck can do without those cards.
I see. Okay.
So I think when it works, it's great. It could be risky. I don't know if I would recommend siding it or not, but
Yeah.
I also side 2 Deep Prison, so I main 1, side the other 2.
Okay. I
usually always bring in 1. I'm usually on 2D Prison post board, just because I don't want to lose to random crap like Vanities, Fossil Dyna. Yeah. Even I've seen like Hero Beat side Banisher the Radiance before, or something like that. I still want to lose to Thunder King. I don't want to lose to like BS monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually. And then the third one comes in against like Blackwings or Gladiator Beasters.
Okay.
Those are the only matchups I really go to 3, but I couldn't really find another slot another card I wanted, so I decided to throw 3 Prison total in. Side an extra Compulse, really good versus Diva Hero, Zombies, Value. Side 3rd Dust Tornado, as well as a Trap Stun for extra back row hate against stuff like Blackwing, Value, Hero Beat, where they win with their traps. If you can get through them, then you can outclass them with your synchro plays. Also side a Mind Crush. This is basically for Dragon Turbo, as well as like Lightsworn, Kristyasworn type decks after they Beckoning, or if they like Telegraph an Honest or something, snipe the boss monsters out of their hand.
Got it.
Starlight Road, good versus Lightsworn Blackwing. And a new card I tried today was Needle Sealing.
Okay, explain this.
Basically, I had an extra side slot. This used to be Nobleman of Crossout, which I felt like Breaker kind of like took the place of that as something I wanted to do into like a turn 1 set Raikou or something. And I didn't really like Nobleman in general, which is drawing it dead too much. So I had a flex spot and then decided to just like try this out. Good versus frogs after they make their dupe block. You can like flip this as chain like 2, destroy their dupe lock, make it miss timing. I was
Oh,
also
yeah.
thinking it would be good for his plants, or like even Diva Hero if you have 1 set monster. Diva, summon Diva or Gilman, plus their malicious is 3 monsters on board, could blow all that up. So, want to try it out, never drew it or resolved it today.
What would often be chain like 1 for your needle swings to make dupe frog miss timing?
Yeah, anything.
Any monarch? So you would summon a monarch and then chain this?
Treeborn? Doesn't matter.
Monarch, Diva, I can just like activate a Compulse, activate a Book of Life, chain needle sealing. Like there's
see.
tons of ways you can
Okay.
just make
Cool,
something
cool.
chain like 1. And
Alright,
for
check out the
extra, for the instant fusion targets, I play Darkfire, Reaper, and Musician King. Some people say I should play Carbonala Warrior because it's an Earth level 4 and doesn't lose the Quackimera Drago, but I just like dragons aren't real until I see the representation go up.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the Dark for getting Dark Armed Live, which has come up for me. I've yet to be staring down a Drago and have instant fusion in hand, so
It's just in case though.
it's just in case, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like the Dark for getting Dark Armed Live is like something that actually
Oh,
comes
I
up
see.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Musician Kings. This one should be obvious. You can book a life of back rip cards.
Yeah.
This one is for making Arcanite.
That's very cool. All right.
Then for the synchros, play Catastrophe for the 5. For the 6s, we play generic good ones of Goyo, Brio. Then I also play Gaia Knight.
Okay.
I've seen some people use like Urquiza for this swap. I think having something just like something big that can bait bottomless, beat over Monarchs or Stardust or something is better overall. Sometimes you randomly need this for lethal damage too when going for double 6 plays. So I think it's better than Urquiza overall. I play both zombie ones. I did it. Hades is broken. You can make him run over like recruiters, Rikos, whatever. I did actually make this today. And the zombie mirror did go really hard.
Or Lightsworns.
Yeah, sometimes Lamilla Plague. Play Black Rose and Arcanite for the 7s. So you make this with instant fusion plus level 2 tuner. Black Rose is Black Rose. And now we got a ghost rare
There you
one
go.
too.
Are you gonna actually use it?
Probably not.
Okay.
But,
Not the type of guy, huh? Put it in the storage.
And then for 8s, we have Stardust, Colossal, Darkened, and Thought Ruler.
Cool.
All pretty good in their own right.
All right, Fitz. What was your matchups throughout the whole
That
day?
is the list. Oh man, I probably should have wrote them down.
It's okay.
For,
Off the top of your head, what's the best ones?
my best matchups, or like
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
what I'm hoping to face.
No, not what you're hoping to face. What you actually.
What I remember playing against. Played against a little bit of everything. Definitely played against a couple frogs. Played against a Blackwing player. What else? I played against Amaryllis player. I played a zombie mirror.
Okay.
He was on the hero version.
Okay. Diva Hero Zombies.
Diva Hero Zombies, yeah. But I won everything. I went 5-1 today overall. My only loss was to frogs.
Frogburn?
Yeah, I was against like Frogburn Monarchs in the finals.
I see.
I was 5-0 in matches leading up to that, and then game 3 I opened triple Caius and double Diva.
Jeez.
And then Goblin Zombie was my 6th card, and that got Caius, and my whole hand was dead. And just got blown out of the game. That was my only match loss of the
But it
day.
doesn't matter. You still won the Ghost Rare in the end
We
of the day.
still got it done because these guys got my back.
Let's talk about the other guys.
Yeah.
Hello, I am the other guy. It's me, 10FD.
10FD in the flesh.
Yeah,
He drove
yeah.
here from Las Vegas.
Yeah, from Las Vegas. This is the 2nd tournament in a row I've won with this list, and yeah, if you want to buy this, the side guide for this list, win your own tournaments, like that's on my Patreon, patreon.com/10foot. All right, deck
10FD.
profile.
All right.
Gores, best card in the frogs. If you can draw this, you're the best frog player in the universe. Like,
Alrighty.
all right. 3 Caius. If yeah, you resolve Caius, you get buckets. All right.
Buckets.
Ryza.
Explain Ryza.
Only 1 Ryza. You don't want a handful of too many tribute summons because it's like
Okay.
you want to be able to play with all 6 of your cards in hand at the same time. And if you have like 55 monarchs in hand, you're limited to 1 play a hand. And like they flip rug, you're like, oh, I guess I'm dead. Like
Okay.
I don't know. So we don't want too many monarchs. And you also have swap bounces, like special swap, bounce a monarch. So it's like realistically, you only need like 1 monarch in hand at a time. And it's like you also don't want to overextend into like torrential mirror force. So sometimes Ab-Zero will your monster. So yeah, I think it's enough. And then we got the hero package. Let's see, this, and then no prodigy because I think that card sucks.
Interesting.
Let's see. If you open it with like something, like if you open it, it's great. If you don't, like it sucks. So I guess like, what's your game plan? Like, I guess I'll open it. I'm not good enough to do that.
Hey,
so
do you like Dasher?
Do I like Dasher? No, I don't like Dasher.
Okay, just make sure. But someone played it though.
Somebody did play it. I don't think.
10-foot 2 Odom.
And 10-foot 2 Odom. I don't think Dasher solves any of the problems. Like, I'm already bricking with like these 5 like tribute summons. Like I'm not looking for tribute summons. And I used to have 2 rises, right?
Yeah.
I would play another riser before I played Dasher, and I'm
Got it. Got it.
yeah, or I guess another Maliage if I need heroes. But it's like I'm already capped on tribute summons. Like people will comment like, oh, that's so few tribute summons. This is already like too much. I feel like I can see myself
Because
playing.
you can
like,
bounce it, yeah.
Yeah, you can bounce it, and it's like you also don't want to play into Torrential Mirror Force, so Ab-Zero will be your main guy.
But I think he plays Dasher because you get special on the
Yeah,
top phase.
so it's fine. Junk Synchron, it's Rhoda target, so you play Rhoda to get Stratos. It's yeah, it's summon swap, hit for 13, bounce it back, and then you have a swap prog. All right, answer that, or I keep blessing.
Got it.
Pretty
Okay.
good. 2 swap prog. You only need 2. I keep winning with 2. Like people tell me, oh, you need 3. Like if I'm winning without 3, you probably don't need 3. Just saying. So you don't want to break on too many frogs. And even with 2, I opened 2 swap, 2 dupe. What was it? Treeborn Substitute. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But like that, those hands are gonna happen, and swap frog doesn't help those brick hands.
Is Raonic on 3 swap frogs?
He's on 3 or he's on 2 swap frogs and garden frogs. He says you should play 3, but I disagree with that. So.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
You hear that, Raonic?
Yeah. Raonic. Yeah, I love Raonic. He's the godfather of frogs, but it's time for the new era. It's time for the new era.
Yeah, move aside, old man.
Was it 3? These things. Let's see. We got Frog Slicer, Dimitri, Pokéraptor, awesome frog players. I got them to sign my stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, you need 3 Toad. Toad is one of the best cards in the deck. Unifrog, you got to main deck this. It's too good. 2 Dupe Frog. Whoops. Yeah.
Whoops.
Make your frogs.
But you only play 2.
I got an autograph from him. So
There you go, Raonic.
Ragnak and Diego. Shout out to the Buck. So 2 Treeborn. Yeah, some people say 1, or Dimitri says 1, but I'm not good enough to do that.
Got it,
Let's see.
got it.
1 for 1. It's a good card.
Wait, what about Unifrog? Do you like
about
Unifrog?
Unifrog?
Not Unifrog. Flip-flop frog?
Flip flop, you don't need it.
Okay.
Flip flop gets you field control. Ab-Zero does the same thing. So all flip flop frog is going to do is like when you open like 2 Kai's, Ryza, and then I don't know, like some random brick e-call.
Yeah.
Like you drop flip flop frog. You're like, oh fuck yeah, my hand's fixed. No, it isn't. It's like you got an extra brick. So
Got it.
you don't need it. And yeah. Flip flop is for salvage decks. So 1 for 1 helps you get going. Rhoda gets you junk or Stratos. E-call gets you Stratos/Ocean. I have a e-call for or Rhoda for Ocean. I needed to special summon Swap Frog to put a hero in grave because I didn't have Treeborn and I needed to go Miracle and Miracle and Monarch, so I wrote it for Ocean. So yeah, that
Ocean,
comes
good
up
card.
sometime. Ocean's a good card, yeah, because of Swap Frog. 3 Miracle, you got to play 3. Like yeah, sometimes you'll break on it, but yeah, you need it. Friend Control, a good card, I think. Soul Exchange. Some people asking was like, should you main deck this? I mean, I don't want to side deck it. And going second, like this card's good versus like. If you have Toad going second, like Soul Exchange, Toad, go off, it's like huge tempo, right? Let's see. Heavy Storm, MST, back rows exist. 1 Upstart Goblin. And let's see.
Why?
I want to play, okay, I don't want to play more Monarchs. I don't want to play more Heroes.
Yeah.
And I want to play more Brain Control. I want to play more Heavy Storm. I want to play more Gores. And I'm like, what's a card that does everything? Upstart. So
Yeah.
What was it? The other consideration is Yada, but ideally what you're doing is you do a Toad combo and then, oh sweet, all the dead shit frogs out of your deck. Like, all right, now we upstart and then we draw into the good stuff. So
Got it.
yeah, we can't, there's a cap on the good stuff. I'd rather not have like some random card.
Yeah.
No Econ because that card is inconsistent. All right. 1 Deep Prison. This card,
Okay.
I like this card. This card's consistent. So it turns out, so fun fact, everybody.
Fun fact.
Every deck uses their battle phase to attack. So if you have cards that stops their battle phase, stops their attacks, like kills their monsters, like you are less likely to take life point damage. So it's like, yeah.
That's crazy.
Same thing with this. Every deck, they summon monsters. So I'm like, yeah, I started main decking this. I'm like, holy shit.
Except for Burn. Burn doesn't summon
Yeah.
monsters.
But it's like, you can side these out. And it's like, it's more likely you're siding this in rather than
Yeah,
out. So
I
I'm
got
like,
you,
all
I
right,
got
just fucking main deck it. I don't know. So yeah, every deck summons monsters. You can torrential Black Whirlwind. Like you flip this, they're like, what the hell? They main deck that? Like I've caught so many people off guard with main deck TT. I fucking love it. It's way better than, oh yeah, no Battle Fader because that card's also atrocious. Doesn't fix your problems.
Don't play Battle Fader.
Yeah. Mirror Force, yeah, every deck attacks pretty good. TUT Wars, whoops.
Every deck attacks?
Yeah, every deck
I'm
attacks.
guessing?
Yeah. You can stop their battle phase and not die. Yeah, frogs generate so much advantage as long as you're not losing, as long as you're not going down to 0 life points, you're gonna like outwin the card advantage.
Awesome.
Let's see, 2 Rye Breaks to out random crap cards. 1 Wind Blast. This used to be a 3rd Rye Break. You do need like 3 discard spells, and this was initially 3 Rye Breaks, and people ask about the 1 Wind Blast. Versus like Treeborn Frog going first, like you'd rather put it on the top of the deck. Sometimes you'll go versus like Diva Beats, they'll summon Diva, get Gilman. You don't want to like Rye Break a Gilman because that sucks. You'd rather like, hey, nice draw next turn, nerd. Like you spin the Gilman. Or what was it, Royal Oppression? Like This is so much more, what do you call it, devastating versus Royal Oppression, and even pulling the rug. Like, if you summon a Monarch and then they draw rug, they're like, holy shit, my hand is useless. So, yeah, very good. And then Trap Dust Shoot, you can see their hand, very good card. Yeah. So that's the main deck.
All right, that was good.
And then...
let's see the extra.
Extra deck, okay. We got the Gorz token, Amogus. So sometimes I'll, like, fumble through the thing, and then they'll attack, I'll be like, and then,
Amogus.
Yeah. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, Ab-Zero. I debated cutting down, and then, like, as soon as I made the decision not to, I summoned all, I resolved all 3, like, in, like, 3 games in a row, and I was like, all right, never mind, I'm never cutting down. So you need, because you thin your deck, you're playing on, like, essentially, like, 29-card deck. Like, you will see 3 Miracle pretty frequently, so you do need this. Let's see, 1 Gaia. You make this with Goyo Guardian and Mali Edge, so those are your Earths.
Okay.
I've needed 1 Gaia exactly 1 match. Or actually, no. I could have made a Gaia 1 match, but it wasn't necessary. So yeah, you only need 1 Gaia.
Okay.
Let's see. No Raptinus, because I do play Super Poly, but no Raptinus, because almost usually Ab-Zero would be better, and like I need the extra deck space. True. So. Armory Arm, Junk plus Treeborn, Cataster, makes 5s. These is a 5, this is a 5.
How's Junk Warriors, Eugene?
Oh yeah, Junk Warrior. This is used for, so one of the main the most commonly you're gonna be using this to run over Cataster. Like, all right, they make Cataster, you're like, all right, what's up? 2300 Dark, and this is also for some OTK hands. Like, I guess I can talk about the OTK on my channel.
Talk about it on his channel.
Give you guys an incentive.
Subscribe to 10FD. 10FD is a YouTuber now, so he's not just a guy in the online space that trolls everybody. Okay.
Let's see, Uri Krizos. This is like this comes up a lot more. This is one of the. Yeah, it comes up frequently. You use this to lethal on people, all the time.
He also streams.
I also stream. I need to start streaming more. Yes. Bryo, Goyo, these are staples. Black Rose. You make Black Rose a lot with a special swap and then junk into 2. So Stardust, Thought Ruler. I almost made Thought Ruler into Urbellum, but I was like, all right, Urbellum is, you don't need it to win, and usually, what was it? Where you will need this to like not die. So as soon as I made the decision to not cut it, it came up twice, and I was like, I'm so happy I have this, and
not Urquois.
Better than the other thing. And then you need this to run over Blackwing cards. It's like, you know that the Hero Beat guy has Honest or whatever. You can, what was it? So you have a Treeborn, Junk plus the thing, special swap, and then that's how you get 8. You can run over their thing, guarantee you get 2
insightful.
Honest.
All right, let's check out the extra side deck.
Side deck. Let's see. 2 Vanities. You don't want 3 because if you draw 2, it's like, what the fuck do you do with the second one? You're just like chilling with it in hand. I don't know. You also want to be like tactful. I don't know. Tactile. Use tactics. Summon the thing. Like you don't want to just like, oh, what's up? I drew it, and then you like drop it as soon as you draw it. Like you want to like hold it. All right, now he used all his outs. Now you summon it. Yeah. So you only need 1. You only need 1 second hand. So it's like you don't want to like just like slam it as soon as you draw it. And yeah, so that's why only 2.
Tactical is what you're looking for.
Tactical.
Tactical.
Yeah. You want to be tactical. I don't know. 1 Sirocco. This card is like the best mid card. Like I don't know what's better for Blackwings. Like I need a card to side out that's doesn't get hit by DDV. And also, it is cool because it also doesn't get hit by like Rug and plays around Oppression, so like people can like, it can go unanswered, but yeah.
Smart.
Until I can find a better card, like it's Sirocco. Breaker, one of the best cards in the tournament. I didn't cite it at all this tournament, but yeah, we got Fitz. We convinced Fitz to play it, but it's like other tournaments I've played, it's like holy shit, this is like the MVP card. But I never needed to cite it this tournament. I didn't play any values.
Would you cosplay as Breaker?
Would I cosplay as Breaker? Absolutely. Like this card, I owe this card.
Okay. Awesome.
Let's see. So yeah, play against value. I made a video on it. Super Poly. So remember when I had? So I made a deck profile a while ago, and it's like. We had prisons in this spot, so I added a 3rd prison, and I'm like, oh, I got space again, so super poly, so might as well, because we have nothing better. Oh yeah, no Snowman, because I cut that for prison, because it's like, prison doesn't get hit by DDV, Snowman does, so,
yes, you're right.
Now we got space. Let's see, Smashing Ground, outs Titanial, Vanity's Fiend, let's see, Machina Fortress, Krystia, random stuff. Needle Ceiling, didn't bring this in at all.
What the?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like, it's even better in Frogs because it's like, I have Treeborn, like special summon, and I don't care if I pop my own Treeborn. If I set like a random card, it's like, all right, make 2 monsters, which happens like all the fucking time, and it's just like, flip this, all right, what's up? And then they're like reading the cards, like, what, huh? Let's see, Mind Crush. This is for like dragons, Altwin, fairies. I've only cited this once, but it went really hard. I was versus fairies, and the guy has a known Honest in hand. I see him get down to 4 fairies, flip this, call Honest, and he was sitting with a dead Christy. It was 5 fairies. It was pretty hilarious. Let's see, 1 Bottomless for Blackwing, Cats. Let's see, Lightsworn, pretty good card. 2 Prisons, so we're on 3 total. Somebody in the EdisonFormat.com Discord was like, wow, this guy loves his prison. Every deck attacks. This is like the perfect card for consistency. I think this, if you want consistency, slap some Deep Prison in that bitch.
Slap it.
2 compulsory. I love compulsory. So versatile. You can use it defensively, offensively. Let's see. Use it versus Diva Hero. Use it versus random synchro decks. What have?
Yeah. It gets a monster.
Yeah,
It gets a spell trap off the loop.
I never cited it in this tournament, but the last tournament I won purely because of a double compulsory. I had all the outs.
Yeah, very annoying versus zombies.
Very annoying versus
zombies. Play testing, and that card is really hard to play through.
He goes Book of Life for the what do you call it? Reaper on the Nightmare. Put it back, and he's like, what the hell? Like, my hand is useless.
Yeah.
And then 2 Dust Tornado for Value Turbo, Blackwing, Hero Beat. So.
What was your matchup throughout the whole day?
My matchups round 1 was. That's a good question. What did I play round 1? I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Round 1.
Yeah, we should have wrote this down.
How many Blackwings did you play today?
I want to say a few.
Okay.
Let's see. What did we play round 1?
Value Turbo?
What was your matchup?
Round 1.
He doesn't remember either.
I remember I played Frogs round 1.
They're so good. They
Or
don't
round 2
remember
was
the games.
Frogs was the round 1. Yeah, everybody's the same. We just win every match. What can I say?
Yeah,
But
just
it's
forget.
like, yeah, we'll just say Blackwings. I don't remember. I don't think it was anything special. It was like Blackwings, and then it was Frog Hero.
I just remembered I played Diva Hero Beat round 1. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Hero Beat.
Yeah. Second round was Frog Hero Mirror. Third round was Blackwings. Fourth round was there was only 4 rounds, huh? Okay, so
For
last
Swiss.
round before. Yeah.
Yeah,
for
4
Swiss.
rounds of Swiss, 2 rounds of Top Cut.
Oh yeah, so it was 2 Black. So it was Blackwing, Frog Hero, and then Blackwing again, and then Frog Hero again, and then the next match was Blackwing, and then Frog Hero.
Where is Value Turbo, guys?
Yeah, no Value Turbos. It's like those are popular decks, they're good decks, but yeah, we had the good side plan for it, and we took it home.
Oh, so awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last guy.
Hello.
X2 Sora.
Yeah, I go by ×2 on the Discord. And I was the one that made Machina, and then I'm the first one that played Glorious Illusion.
What did you make about Machina? What was different about it?
These are my matchups.
What did I do different about it?
Yeah.
I was the guy that did the 3 hamster, 3 Avarice build.
Oh, that build. Machina Control.
Yeah, Machina Control.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. All right, check it out.
All right, so
God,
I played
that.
Kristyasworn, 2DG, staple. If you could play 3, maybe you might play 3.
Yeah.
So Kristya, I only play 2 because 3 is bricky. You don't, unlike JD, these don't get better in multiples. It's like you summon one, the other one's just going to sit in your hand. And there's not really... I like a lower fairy count in this one compared to the Ribbit Ruler Moomix licks. Because if you go wide, like if you go like Lumina and then another Miller, it's really, really easy for you to overmill on the fairies that not even... Outside of like beckoning for Soul Pal, like Soul of Purity, you're not going to fix that. So I just like a lower fairy count.
Okay.
Gores, shout out to Michael Boyd, Edison Club. But he does not like playing Gores because it conflicts with beckoning. My stance on that is yes, it does conflict. But normally when I'm setting beckoning, like my opponent's dead the next turn.
Yeah.
So I don't really care if I'm pitching Gores for it. Maybe I die with the Gores in hand when I set the beckoning, but that doesn't really happen to me.
Okay.
So I'm still fine with it. That being said, I didn't draw Gores today at all, so
Okay, so it didn't matter.
it was pretty relevant.
Couldn't disprove him.
Graganith, Graggy Draggy,
Okay,
as
why?
I like to call him. He's the best.
Graggy Draggy.
Yes. He pierced for game today, as
Okay.
usual. He just gets big.
He gets huge.
He just gets so big.
Did you actually? So you won a game with this guy. What was the stats of that?
He was at 35 at that time. And he pierced over a card trooper
Wow.
for 3,100.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
he's the best. And he mills 3. He's like, yeah, he's so good.
He's an often forgotten dragon.
Yes. 2 Celestia. This is another difference from like Moomix's list is they usually play 3. I'm a bigger fan of 2 just because this card in multiples doesn't really do anything in your hand. If you're going second, it's already really, really worse because you're already a normal 7 behind.
Yeah.
So I just like 2. This is like a change from my Moreno Valley list. I used to only play 2. I'm back up to 3 on Lila because I just like the 3 millers and she's the best out of the 3 millers.
Yeah.
She does something. If you have Honest in hand, you just normal her. Yeah, that telegraphs that you have Honest in hand, but now your opponent can't step back row.
True.
So it's really good. Jane, Aaron, Arcus, Illumina, staple
Okay.
one-ofs.
Yeah.
You could make the argument to play more of like Jane or Arcus, especially Arcus, because I don't play Hamster.
Oh, okay.
And setting Arcus is really nice when you don't
Big
really
booty.
have anything else to do. But for now, this is fine. And then 2 Shire.
Okay.
Most lists only play 1. I play 2 just because Shire gets big. Shire gets big, kind of like Graganith. I play, I think, 9 names, including herself, so she gets up to 3,100.
Got it.
So she's just a normal summon that answers a lot of things. She'll beat over vanities. She'll beat over
Yeah.
just problems. And then 3 Raikou staple. And then for the fairies, 2 Soul of Purity, and then 2 Honest. Similar to like Krystia, Celestia. Soul of Purity, it's like, I don't really want to brick on payoff.
Yeah.
And Soul of Purity kind of like sets up the payoff, but it's like if you mill it, you have beckonings to get it back. You're fine. You don't need 3. And then Orange. Orange is good. Orange is the reason really to play this deck, not Krystia. It's this card.
Yeah.
You could make the argument that you could even play this in regular Lightsworn, and I've tried. It's just the fairy count just doesn't get there without some of the other cards like Soul and Purity. But I think I'm on 13 fairy, and this is never dead. I never see this without a fairy. It's fine. I like the fairy count as it is right now. And then Card Trooper in play. Those are Lightsworn staples.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No Necrogardener.
No Necrogardener.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You can't. It's really good, but you can't afford to keep playing more bricks.
I see.
Yeah, these unbrick you. Gold Sark. This gets you to the stuff that unbricks or the payoff. That being said, you know, I like Gold Sark. It did good. It did good today, but sometimes you like top deck it, or you just draw it too late and you like it just does nothing. But today was good, so I'd keep it in for now.
Has diminishing returns.
Yeah, and then Brain Heavy, staples.
Brain control and him?
Yes.
Somebody didn't know that.
Yeah. You can make the argument Heavy can be kind of bad in this deck because Starlight Road is quite a problem.
Yeah.
And if your opponent goes like set 3, set 4, and you have Heavy in hand, you're playing with a dead card pretty much, essentially. But you just kind of need to do it. Even if you go 1 for 1 with Heavy, it's just like getting through Bottomless is fine.
Okay.
And then Brain Control, I tested out today. I don't normally play Brain Control, but it's Brain Control. You're like, how bad can it be? I didn't draw today, so it didn't really matter.
Okay. I was gonna ask if you stole a Lila and attributed it for
No,
Celestia.
nothing.
Okay.
That's the dream, but no, that didn't happen. And then trap-wise, Beckoning.
Special. Glorious Illusion.
Glorious Illusion. So the thing with Glorious Illusion, why I like playing it so much, is because unlike, this could be like T-Roar, this could be like defensive traps, right? My problem with those type of traps is that I like the fact that, so like if you have a Lila board, right?
Yeah.
And you go Lila T-Roar. Okay, you protect the Lila, you're fine, you're happy. If you have Glorious Illusion, the Lila gets cleared, right? Same thing. But then you're gonna bring it back, so now it's like essentially the same thing as the T-Roar in that scenario. But what's different is, okay, maybe you're not on the defensive, so Glorious Illusion is actually doing something. It's bringing back Dragoneth, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Or what I like too is like you can bring back Shires or Celestias to modify the fairy count for Krystia.
Okay.
And then some other things I like doing with Glorious Illusion is like you can end phase, bring back Lila when they set back row. Now they can't bottomless, you can pop the bottomless. Or you can, if you have Glorious Illusion set, I'm really offensive with Glorious Illusion. What I mean by that is like, if I'm going first, I'll go like Raikou, Glorious Illusion with no graveyard.
Okay.
Just like that. And the reason I do that is because for the end phase play, or what you can do is like if you mill with the Raikou something you want, right? Like you're playing 3 Lilas, a good chance maybe you mill it. You can, where is it? You can Solar Recharge later, like in a manner like, let's just say you didn't mill Lila, but you drew into Solar Recharge and like, oh, now I'm gonna activate it. You can Solar Recharge, pitch the Lila, ask for a response. Your opponent has no response. You can chain the Glorious Illusion and bring back the Lila, and now it dodges bottomless.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah. So I just, I think it's a really cool card. There's a lot of cute things. Call the Haunted, same thing, and it brings back Krystia, so that's a plus.
I forget. So can you remind me? Does Glorious Illusion itself mills cards?
It mills too, yeah.
So that's also important.
Yeah, you can mill quite a lot with the Glorious Illusion. Like if you go like Glorious Illusion, Lumina, bring back Shire, like you're milling 7 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
But no wolf payoff.
No wolf payoff.
I see. Okay.
Alright, extra deck, Chimera Tech, Cyber Dragon on the side, so that's here. Armor Arm, this is Raikou plus level 2, so that comes up. Cataster, Magical Android. The 5s really don't come up for me that much, but they're there.
In case.
Yes. Uru does come up a lot against frogs, quick draw, so.
Okay.
And this was a last minute. I took out Ancient Sacred Wyvern for this, because Ancient Sacred Wyvern feels like bait every time I make it, or it's just you're taking poke damage all the time and Ancient Sacred Wyvern comes out and it's a weenie. Tempest Magician, it's only ever given me lethal like one time.
Okay.
But it is cute, like you can go like Plague Lila, discard like Light Sworns or Fairies to make the JD or Christy alive. But normally Brio can do that too, so it's like, how relevant is it? I don't know.
Time.
But yeah, time hasn't come up. I normally don't go into time. It's really rare, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Goyo staple. Ancient Fairy, that's like a defensive pivot. It comes up sometimes. Pretty rare though. Black Rose comes up a lot when you side Cyber Dragon, and it'll clear Light Imprisoning. So definitely need to play it. Staple for a reason. Stardust, staple. Air Knight Parshath.
Okay.
This could be Light End, but for me, Parshath has given me lethals where Light End has not.
I see.
It also comes up a lot against like in the Mirror or Blackwing or Hero, where you'll like, if they're threatening Honest or Kalu, you can put their monster in defense and just pierce over it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. Thought Ruler also comes up because your opponent knows, oh, you need to be under 1,000 so you can't JD me anymore, and then you make Thought Ruler and now you're back up in JD range.
Right.
Colossal, staple, and then Mistworm, that's Lumina plus play, usually makes it pretty easy
Okay.
for OTK.
Check your side deck.
Yeah, side deck is 2 Cyber Dragon. I don't really know how necessary this is anymore. It's like, every time I side it in, I'm like, not really happy about it.
I see.
But like beckoning back for this against Machina is like pretty nasty. So it makes the Machina matchup really free, but Machina doesn't get played that much, so I don't know. This might get changed. Breaker.
All right, Team Breaker here.
Yep, Team Breaker.
That's your friendship card.
Breaker I like playing simply because I have Royal Decree in the side deck, but not every deck that's going to side Light Imprisoning Mirror against you has enough traps to justify the Royal Decree, so that's where Breaker comes in.
I see.
And then Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater looks a little weird because you're already on Raikou and you're like, how many more flip monsters do you need? But it's just like a really strong wall that stalls you against really aggressive matchups like Black Wings. Hero Beat, it puts in a lot of work. It'll stall like 3 turns against them. Consecrated Light, it's just a 1-card blowout against Black Wings, which helps because that matchup can be pretty miserable depending on how you open.
Yeah.
MST, not in the main, so here it is.
Oh, okay.
Book of Moon. Book of Moon is just like a jack of all trades. It kind of does a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Interrupts like against zombies, right, when they're doing their tuner synchro board. Or Vanity Fiend, Krystia in the Mirror. It's good. Then my body, I like my body a lot because first of all, like in the Mirror,
Conceded.
Yep. You hit Herald, that's like really bad on them. My body Starlight Road all the time. That's like pretty GG right there unless they have Solemn Judgment. And then any other scenarios like Bottomless on, your pivotal normal.
Got it.
And then these are traps for frogs that I don't have in the main, and they help because that can be a pain despite being on Herald and Krystia.
Got it.
Royal Oppression helps with like really rogues, synchro spammy decks like Quick Draw, Zombies.
Yeah.
And then another shout out to Edison Club. He is really big on Imperial Iron Wall, and so am I right now. It's really good against Vayu. It's really good against Hero Frog. It like stops Miracle Fusion, Caius, Deep Prison, Bottomless if you already have this flip face up, Allure of Darkness against Vayu. So it just does a lot, and then Royal Decree for other back row decks and whatnot.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile, you guys. Team Crow's Nest is in the house, and they won their first tournament of the year, the 3v3, and it was a really good one because they won 3 Black Rose. He got the mint one, by the way. So if you guys want the mint copy of a Black Rose, hit up Fitz.
Slide to my DMs. It is for sale.
He is for sale.
This is for sale as well if you want it. I don't know.
If you guys want it,
give it away.
he has it for sale. He'll give it away to his watchers. So subscribe to this guy.
If you want to fake cry for like kindness content, I'll be like, all right, do it.
There you go. Well, I hope to see you guys more Crow's Nest represented in 2024. And you guys are a cool team, and I hope to see you guys more in the future.
We're not all Crow's Nest, just me.
Yeah,
I was an honorary buck for the day.
Honorary
Oh,
buck.
I see.
They have their own team.
Oh, what team are you guys from?
10 Fitz
Crow-
Bucks / Bucks.
Yep.
Bucks, Team Bucks team. Okay, cool. All right, well, I'll see you guys later.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.